It's been a while.
Yeah.
So
everybody should have them.
Everyone should have them by just. Spring festival and all this other stuff. So it may be worth the cost for we're still to use that, just because there's so much coordination that goes on.
And then are all the, so Carla, I gathered all the information.
Yeah.
And was holding on to it, and I thought Carla was looking into the ability to do that. And then when it finally came out, I think the CED was finally decided it was not going to be able to.
Well, I think
yeah,
I think that, because I think it was like a $200 limit that was set in allowance, but I know like my school anywhere for, I think for, I don't know how many parents or families are, how many families are at the school? It was like roughly 8,000. I think it was going to cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So it was gonna, yeah, it was gonna cost like $500 a year or something. I think my school would wear for that number of people. But whatever, I know Carla was saying that whatever Steger did was a bit labor intensive, I think, but that was nice because we just were able to print it ourselves as well, which may be what you were talking about, I don't know. And then she was gonna look at some other ones.
Your resident, your foundation's representative.
So now, I'll report on it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just depends on like how many committees there are, if you need a lot of communication with them, because like with my school anywhere, you can designate the committee heads, who's in the committee, then you can send those people email. And then, so like I'm a root parent, so I get root parent emails, and then I can send the classroom emails as a root parent. So, I mean, if you need something like this here, it could be useful. But I don't know what you need. I don't know what I need here.
Whoever's going to be here next year. Certainly it's now, should you decide what they're going to do, sort of trying to decide all this.
But I mean, I don't know what did you use of the previous school? Like, is that something that would be helpful to you? I
didn't see it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I've never.
Like the buzzbook, an
I've
electronic version of it.
Do you use the buzzbook as a parent?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, like at this point,
No.
But would it help to communicate to people on committees and stuff, or is it just as easy to get an email? There's a lot of coordinating.
Well, we just did the buzzbook.
But I mean, like, well, my school anywhere also has a component where you can communicate with parents who signed up for committees.
Oh, I was on, right?
But
You were.
You should have warned me.
I did, but you didn't see me go like this.
Oh, you did that?
I got it.
Oh.
Well, 200 people had signed up, get a buzzbook, and then fill up the. Each one gave $100. So that's, I mean, about $5. So right there, there's $1,200.
right.
And.
So you guys are set. You're live.
Okay,
I'm gonna come back at the end. If you need anything,
okay.
you know.
Do we have
she's
hair
my
and
number.
makeup?
Yes,
coming?
they're coming next. They should be in about 2 minutes. So
It
if
won't
you can,
it won't go dead or anything, will it?
No.
Okay.
no, we're live.
How did we stop it? No, I'm just joking.
So I got this little thing. You can just hold that up in front when you.
So do I just shut it down?
Oh, yeah, you can say
I can
that.
come back if you want and just if you don't mind texting me.
I mean, it's a matter of just do that.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you literally hit this big red button that says stop broadcast,
Uh-huh.
and then you can shut it.
Okay, and then it'll be done.
Yeah, it's just many of the cables. Yeah. Message me if you're uncomfortable.
Oh, no, so I just hit,
Yeah, I just plug this in.
okay, perfect.
If it
Stop
pops up
it.
anything, you say, yep, okay.
Okay, stop it, I can X out of it and then shut it down.
Yep.
Okay, perfect, I can do that. All
If it pops up a weird message, you shoot me a message.
right, we're broadcasting now?
We're live,
All right.
and we've got one viewer right now.
Oh, we got a viewer, can you tell who it is?
There was two. No, I can't tell who it is.
The live is on.
Just posted it to Facebook, so it might start spreading.
Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if it works correctly, so experimental, we should be able to have it archived, which will be nice if parents want to go back to
Put
it.
it on your PTO feed, and then I can have it put on the website as well.
I guess,
Yes.
I feel like I would like that.
That way people can reconnect to it later.
Okay, good.
If we really want to get fancy, we can have it be interactive and people could ask
So-
questions.
Well, I was just gonna ask,
Yeah,
can we
baby
have
steps.
like video that sort of interact, you know?
Not yet. Not yet. Right now, just out, right? Just sending it out.
Right now is.
We're good. Okay.
Phase one, I'd like to call it. All right.
Thank you.
If you need anything, Dr.
You know,
Meeking, send me a
that's
message.
Thank you, appreciate it.
within a program, then you know, like,
It sounds like,
on this day, people need to do this, on this day, that, and then somebody can.
so my thought is, before the end of the school, I'm thinking more like, is that
Yeah.
you visit the teams that go over at speaker and get those folks, because we were really kind of late in doing that, it was like May or June.
Right.
Who's over speaker, who's gonna move up and do this job? So right now, we're not, we've got people doing this, so it's really the right to do it.
Right.
And we know that they're gonna migrate over here. So it makes sense that we get a hold of. Yes. They have
I don't know if there's any signs here.
I don't know, Carla might be able to speak to that, because she was on the PTO last year, with Seeger. And I don't know if it was just her.
That's just a one-year gig, so.
It's just a 1 year. I mean, I wonder if we could turn into a 3-year gig.
No, I mean,
In that,
well,
no,
Seeger-
I mean, because you're not three.
You
I mean, like, for continuity, have the parents be involved for 3 years.
So whoever's there,
Just transitions
they
over.
can move into these positions.
Because I do think that, I know I remember her reaching out at the meeting. I don't really know that they organize it, things at Seeger, but maybe it's kind of a good initial run.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kind of set up tiers so that, I kind of just don't, I mean, I feel like when we were talking about a little bit, kind of just don't know what there is to be done, you know, so other than, kind of like what we talked about at Llewellyn's, but like, is there more stuff to do?
Well, last year, we met in the middle of summer.
Oh.
To get ready for the school year.
Oh.
It was just an informal meeting. We did that with speaker. Speaker did a deal.
Okay.
So coming over here.
So maybe there's some structure here for people to move into, maybe more.
So Liz was doing a lot of reach out. Over at speaker.
This is the camera.
Before.
Yeah, so
Last
they-
week, she was gonna come up here.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, I guess what do you think?
We have one here.
Oh, we did. So you've got one year already.
Yeah.
Figure out.
They were, you and the son.
What you might want to put in place this year for next year.
Hey,
You know, right?
Away from the camera.
You're gonna move over. No, I'm just sitting there with my computer second.
No, we were there. We're going back and we're gonna be Paris, Barcelona, and we're doing another training and nothing wrong for 3 days. We loved it there. But it's long.
You put out an agenda?
Would you fly?
I'm Tim Hall, by the way. I'm here to do a little presentation for the family.
There you are. Okay, you're right. My name's
What's number?
My last name is Oh, check it.
Should I ask you to put the agenda together?
No, I think so, yeah. Especially for, maybe for like long ones, you know.
Jeez. Yeah, you should have. That's why I sent it out.
Well, then I didn't even notice it, because
How do you spell it?
HOTZE.
H-O-T-Z, oh, what's that K in there for?
I know, right? I don't know, it's stuck on it. All right.
And then, did you see that email I forwarded you from Jason?
I did.
It didn't come to you first of all, did it? Because he had your name wrong, the address. Because then I just forwarded it and then it came back on back and found it. About Rachel. Well, welcome back.
Okay, so shall we get started?
What's that?
Yes, it's after 7.
Call meeting order. Okay, is Tim Hall here?
Yes,
Yeah.
right back there.
There he is. He snuck in. So Tim, you have the floor. Tim is with the Girls School Foundation, and they asked to come speak about the Western Girls School District Foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I even brought props because, you know,
Great.
what I would say is really boring. So, if you have ever heard of the Webster Grove School District Foundation, raise your hand. Yay! If you know what the Webster Grove School District Foundation does, raise your hand. If you understand how what the foundation does differ from what you as the PTO does, raise your hand. Oh, we lost one or two there. All right. So,
board of foundation.
raise your hand. I can keep this. Do we have any teachers here, by the way? See Dr. Lee, are you? Can't put no teachers here tonight. All right, well, maybe you should spread the word to the teacher. So since you're all pretty knowledgeable, especially since Tom's actually on the board of the foundation, Gail is our PTO liaison, I'm going to keep this very short. But we've been working on our 1 and 3 and 5 year vision. And our 1 year vision, a big piece of that is making sure that we start communicating what the foundation is and how it differs from you guys and the Alumni Association. So in a spurt of creative genius, and I had no idea whose creative genius it was, we came up with this branches of giving to try and make it very clear to the constituents of the district who does what. So I think you know what you all do. You raise money, primarily from the parents, to use here at Hixson. And so do the PTOs of the other 9 schools, right? And then there's the Alumni Association. What do? Well, they raise money, primarily from who? You know, genius. And they usually primarily use that money for capital projects. What does the Webster Grove School District Foundation do? Well, we raise money to promote innovation in the classrooms throughout the district. Money. Well, we have a little overlap there. We're going after the same parents that you are, right? But we're also going to the alumni, to parents of the alumni, and to community, the whole Webster Groves community. So, who has ever been to the Ivor Crockett Run for Webster? By the way, if you haven't been, it's great. If you have been and you haven't signed up for this year, it's a week from Saturday. That is an event run by the Webster Grove School District Foundation, and we're raising money from all kinds of people on that. Webster businesses, Rock Hill businesses, Shrewsbury businesses, and then all the runners who come from all over St. Louis. How about Webster on Wheels? Yes, another school district foundation event, and we have several. The one thing that I would like for you to relate to the teachers is that we have changed somewhat how we do the grant process. And I think a lot of the changes are good. The foundation website. First of all, we're not going to make the staff fill out a big long application only to be rejected. So what we're doing is having a 2-step process. Process 1 is you answer 4 simple questions. And then we'll give you feedback. The feedback might be, great idea, go for it. They'll do the application. Or it might be, good idea, but maybe if you could do this, this, or that, then submit an application. Or we might say, you know what, a lot of other people, it's a good idea, a lot of other people already done it, so maybe think of something else, or just maybe this isn't a good fit for what we do. And then we say some people a lot of times. The other change we've done is historically we've done a mini grant once a month, like $1,000 kind of grant. But then if we do a major grant, like $5,000, $10,000 in the spring. Well, the feedback we got from the Webster community is, you know, it'd be nice to have a major grant opportunity in the fall. So now we're going to do 2 major grants. So we're going to have a cycle in the fall and a cycle in the spring. We are now accepting applications for the fall major grant. And obviously we're accepting applications for major grants all throughout. Okay, knowing everybody has family and potentially dinner at home, TV shows to watch, Netflix to turn on. Any questions?
What's your percentage of grant approvals with this new program? I guess it's going to change a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know because we're just starting to work on grants under the new system. The person that might be best to answer that in a couple of months is the man sitting to your right, because he is the chairman of the grants committee.
Right.
One thing, I do want to say one change that might have happened since you were there. is all grants are scored and decided upon anonymously. Meaning, we don't know what teacher or staff person submitted it. We don't even know what school submitted it. Although sometimes the grants you can tell the school, right?
Right.
But we're trying to make sure that it is completely transparent and completely above board, and no one thinks, well, that was approved because that guy knew that person. No, nobody who's making the decisions on those know where these are coming from.
Anonymous.
Anonymous has to be.
I'd say one of our teachers who we're really benefiting from got one of the big grants on the Google Expedition process. So they're
Yes, for
just
sure.
arrived. We're going to be going out 30 goggles, part of the science curriculum. So that'll be an exciting addition that was made possible by the large grant cycle.
And I think one of the benefits I could see from kind of being on both sides a little bit, we need to push out those grants. The schools need to do a really good job, and PTOs can help with that, of saying, hey, these are the great, to the parents, these are the great things the foundation has done for our school, and extend that beyond the grade school, because in the grade school level, everybody's real excited to support it, right? But let's talk about the middle school, especially Hixson, because I think the high school did a lot with the foundation, but I think that maybe something for a little. Yeah, well, you're here for a minute, right? I mean, they're big minutes, but you're here for a minute, so I think that would be something, that,
Like Jeff and I went to junior high school together. Was yours as painful as mine? Your experience?
Yeah, no, that would be great. I think especially as we think about our classes and what we're looking at with our classrooms, with furniture, with just different opportunities for kids, with really adding to our curriculum. I think the Google Expedition goggles are super exciting.
So what format would be good to get that news out?
So the teachers know, we did share out initial changes. So it's really encouraging, and I think as we start, we start to plan for spring and then the next school year with different classes and having those conversations with parents about what they want to add into their curriculum, into what they provide for kids and access to every day.
And also for the parent community, or how would you get that, how would you get that format? I didn't know about that.
Oh, the Google Expedition, and they just arrived.
Oh, okay.
So we had a little bit of a glitch just with that slide, but they just arrived. So once, I'm working with Becky Hauser from the foundation, and so what we would like to do is really allow our kids to showcase things like the Google Expedition goggles, that technology, to be able to have those types of forms for parents to come in, and you have kids actually walking through it. So you can see what that looks like. That would be cool. But they would.
or maybe that's something that could also be added to your email class.
Yeah.
Say, hey,
Facebook, put it on Facebook, Twitter.
these came out, and
We're excited, and yeah, we'll start posting all these. Yeah.
That grant was awarded to a recipient last year at the high school. The teacher now is over here. So they weren't going to be utilized at the high school, so they brought the product with them. So. And we're talking about system safety.
I was just saying, I would add one other thing, Dr. Lee. We are continuing to tweak a little bit, like the scoring criteria, but the emphasis is on innovation. And I'll tell you very frankly what we're struggling with. So if somebody says, hey, I got this great idea, it's this thing called a chair, you don't have to stand in class anymore, that is incredibly innovative, right? Love that. Then we get another grade, well, at our school, we'd like to have a chair because all our kids are standing. Well, yeah, we are, that was already innovative. So add-ons are tough. But if I come back and say, okay, well, the chair's great, but this one's got a cushion and reclines and has built-in speakers, okay, well, now we've innovated on that. So those are some of the things that we're working through about, how we score and who gets the. And then, thank you for the Sip and Savor thing. So we are having kind of an event that we've never done before. It's not, we have all events all through the year. We have community events, like I mentioned. We have a party at the pageant, which is a big party. Everybody's invited. You buy a ticket, you come, you eat, it's fun. We are trying to have an event that is exclusively to raise money. So there's no cost. You show up, there's no tickets, right? You have to say you're coming. But the expectation is you get money while you're there. So this is a giving event. It's at Algonquin. It's Friday night, November 3rd. There's wine, whiskey, and beer tasting. Dave Peacock is going to talk. It is a pretty expensive event, so that's why, it is a, yes, that is correct. Per cup, you got it. So, I'm a lot more frank and blunt than most people, so I'm just going to say it's hard to walk that line for people to think, oh, well, this is some elitist exclusive event. No. Anybody can come. Just recognize that it is an intentional fundraiser for the foundation. If you want more information, again, West Coast School District Foundation website has a front page, has information on it, and if you would like to go, you can RSVP. Although we do have a limited, there's only so many people that can come. I don't know that we're at the limit yet, but if you want to come, I'd probably go on the website. With that, I will leave you to the rest of your meeting. Thank you all. And my 7th and 8th graders, Chloe and Ellie, who are here this year, having a great year. At least Ellie is based on today's teacher's I'm now off to a foundation executive board meeting, so I will leave you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, principal's report, Dr. Lee.
So I think just things to report out. Our counselors are going to begin their mindfulness lessons in the classrooms for 7th and 8th graders. So they're going to start going into discovery classrooms and just work with kids on mindfulness strategies, which if they're feeling stressed out, etc. So those will start. We did send out a communication today, included a letter from the high school activities coordinator. So really all they're asking for is an adult. It doesn't specify, who the adult is, but just an adult to middle schoolers to the high school games. For 6, 7, and 8 years, instead of kids being dropped off and being allowed to go in, and the supervisor, they're not going to be allowed to go in with an adult. So that's really the big part. A little bit of the shift, perhaps from Friday's game is the last home game of the season. It's a little bit of a special game. Stacey Hill, who's an 8th grade math teacher here, is going to be honored. It's a peek out game, and so she is the honored for the foundation to Friday. So there will probably be about 8th graders there to show up. So that's really that letter. Letting you know that we are going to launch our first Hixson Leadership Academy in November, and we'll start laying that groundwork out to pull kids into leadership with some intentional training around sort of practices and really having them design the transition for our 6th graders coming up with a speaker, and then transitioning that to a summer program. And then so that Howard Fields and I are collaborating pretty intentionally to make sure that where our kids come, it's that odd, divide with just 2 buildings, but we are very well aware that our 6th graders have a great location is super important, and to make sure that we are aligned as much as possible to make sure that transition is really smooth. Not just a social-emotional piece, but we're also looking at curriculum, so that it's not such a big shift from building to building, but it really is seamless and very functional. So that's a lot of our collaborative work that we started. And then just an update on a little bit of our facilities pieces. There's 1 lone table left. So we've got 6 new tables coming out. Kids have really taken to tabling out there and lunch. And it's just a good place to congregate, get some sunshine. So when that Hallmark gets back, I'm going to see what we can do, just our initial phases. We're talking to Brad Farm. Probably do the landscaping work in phases, just to improve. But the first piece is going to be just to create some real usable space for our kids. So you'll see in a few weeks some new tables out there, and then that one will be gone, and then eventually all the benches will be changed out. The Eagle Scouts that built that great work they did in the school, they just built. And they've been sitting out in the elements for a few years. The 1 by 1 they've been falling apart and rocking. So just it's time for a little bit of an update. appreciate that work, but we want to create some real outdoor content.
The painting looks good. The building looks good.
Yeah, so once Brad's once we get the architectural plans, they've donated the design layout, so we'll phase in one phase at a time, but I've kind of pushed that priority to give kids space first.
And let us know, oh, go ahead.
That's comes from district money?
The tables,
Yeah.
the building budget, yeah.
And let the PTO know that's the landscaping budget, kind of what your phase is.
Yeah.
And we can talk about potentially, kind of some guidance from the PTO budget. What we talked about in the past and in previous meetings is working some of the landscape, once we got into some design, into a committee, so that the PTO can, and a lot of the grade schools and a lot of the other schools, PTO kind of really helps spearhead that, financially and manually. So once we got a nice plan and somebody, some professional knowledge of what really needs to be done, which Brad has donated, we can move forward to that.
I have a question about that.
Go ahead.
No, you go
I
ahead.
said Brad did Avery asked about that. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that the building was on this.
And how did you all finance the plans and things? Was that through the PTO?
It was through PTO along with kind of a special, and I can actually work with Tim on that, along with kind of some special fundraising, largely the bricks, papers up front,
Okay.
which was kind of dedicated to that effort. But it was all through
That's what Brad shared with me,
Yeah.
which takes a lot of pressure off, and set it for when that comes out, so we can pay it out and then do it at fundraiser, and like it's a little bit different than actually when we have private works and we're already great, and then you figure out how to piece it together. That makes it a lot easier. So we got a lot of that space because it's just a tree and the shape, and the kids choose to on it and fit their place and use from this block. So really changing all of that, free space that's free debt into a usable space for them.
I had a question about the middle schoolers not being allowed to go to games without adults. What precipitated that?
So I believe it's always been, I was at the last meeting and there was a mob and there was a fight.
In the middle schoolers?
It was bad, yeah.
There wasn't.
I'm just curious.
No, but
Yeah.
I think the same thing happened last year, like somewhere around the middle of the year. Same sort of thing happened. We got the same sort of email that said, no more, they need to have a parent. And then I think they kind of tried again the next year and the same thing happened.
Right. And I do have to say, I mean, I think there were a lot of kids there because Dan was there, so that piece. And the grades, but there were a ton of kids there, the cheerleaders there. I have to say the defense of the middle schoolers, I am biased, so let me just put that out there. But they are middle schoolers and they would not do any differently than I see middle schoolers at any high school football game. I think there wasn't an all-out fight that I heard about, but there was a little bit of pushing and shoving with a girl from Rockwood, and then it was just normally kids kind of swarmed together.
I've never seen it. It was two large swarms.
Yeah,
And then they.
yeah,
It was just.
but there wasn't, yeah, I
It
think
must
there,
have not been that noticeable because
Yeah.
I was there.
right, yeah, and
Now, your
exactly,
daughter
I
was
was there
there. She
too,
must-
so.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
You weren't there, but I
Yeah.
never,
Yeah, I was there.
my middle
She
schooler
was
was there.
watching
She
the band.
kind of heard about it, but she.
Yeah. Right.
We,
So I think you
we
just
missed it
panic.
all.
There was a lot of kids though, it was exceptionally, like probably just because of all the elementary kids that was happening there for the cheerleading. There were a ton of kids running down the hills and they're just middle schoolers, so I have to defend them to that extent because they
We're
are,
mixing
they
ages,
are 12 and 13.
and mixing ages, and
I mean,
it's a good idea to have parents around, or someone that your child knows.
No, someone's not, yeah, 'cause I can't send no kid in the dark by themselves either. So I think they were gonna force
If
that.
that's somebody else's parent, you
Yeah.
gotta,
Yeah, just a safe adult.
and we do the same thing with coordinating. You gotta have a parent, you can't be wandering around, or else you'll see, and I'll be yelling at a kid, at emos, like I did, you just can't, it doesn't work. Your parent needs to know where you're at, and somebody's gotta be responsible.
So, but I think that's really part of it, which is kind of. But then he came back to finance. We tried to.
I mean, to me, that's the perfect opportunity for them to try to flex their wings. And, you know, if you don't give them a chance to be on their own, they don't know how to behave on their own. So then for me to be and hold my 7th and my 13 and 14-year-old's hand, a little much, in my opinion.
Yeah, I grew up in football country, and it was huge. You had lots of parents, but parents were there.
Yeah.
You might, I mean, it still doesn't mean you're gonna protect them from whatever's happening. You can be there, but it changes the way my kids behave.
I mean, and I guess that's my thing is my kids know you can't go somewhere in Webster without a parent that knows you. So, you know,
Not everybody.
right.
I'd rather have a football game than running around Webster Groves like they were today.
I guess that's my thing. I think it's a safe environment. And I think it's sorry for baseball kids. I've always felt sorry for the real place for them. They're available.
Exactly.
There are no more community centers.
I ended up driving down Lockwood about 12:45. I was like,
That
holy
worked
cow.
out.
Yeah.
To have to.
Oh, yeah, I have to.
Thanks for answering that.
All right, Rachel, do you have anything to report as a co-president? I'm so
I-
co-everything. I'm never a
I think if I touch anything at the end, I'll bring it up, but I think our agenda is,
Speaks for itself.
fills all our needs.
Perfect,
Thank
okay.
you.
So, in the office, we have a little PTO mailbox, and we had 3 thank you cards. I think these are for the startup funds. This one was from the Team Sequoia, and maybe you can help me get their names right. This one here, Kendra Day, Sean Kahn, okay, Liz Oliver, Wilma Slaughter, okay, and then, okay, so I'll pass it around. You want to read them? Yeah. And this one was from Dawn Meyer. And this is the one I think I could not recognize. And his teacher.
PJ now.
He's a long term. Okay. And those are for the startup funds that we provide them at the beginning of the school year. And so that's all I have, except for a couple of things I got on my committee updates. And so next, Becky, without the K.
I just have the minutes from last week, if you guys all had to review them, good to approve them.
Yes.
Okay.
So you all
So-
should have had them and read them.
Everyone? Yes.
Any questions on the minutes from the previous August meeting? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. All in favor, motion carried. Approved. Anything else?
No, I mean, well, actually, I do have one thing that was kind of tied to, what Carla and I did. Did you put those funds?
I have them.
Okay, because I have, someone gave me some money too, so I'm gonna give that to you. It wasn't a lot, like $5, but, so.
Just the money.
Okay, yeah, so we worked on organizing the, PTO.
By the way, you guys did an amazing job.
Yeah, thank you very
That
much,
was-
ladies.
It
That
was
was
great
great.
feedback.
It was
Really good
great.
feedback.
It was really well done.
And did anybody say like, oh, I should remember?
No, they really
It seemed
enjoyed it.
perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I always buy too much, so.
No, I think it was good when we cleaned up last night. I mean, it was the right amount. There was some like drinks and some fruit left, but all the main stuff was gone, but I don't think anyone ran out. Everyone was paying back for just more.
We had a little issue with the art entertaining, not listening to me, but they're private school people, so they don't know. They have to get in line and get here. You need to drop this off by 3 o'clock, no later. And she's like, oh, we'll get there. I'm like. They got that car 45 because they got stuck in the carpool lane and it was raining, which means all the parents picked up the babies.
Awesome.
And so, they gave us, free delivery and a couple other things. So I had said, don't go over $175. I just can't spend that much for soup. It just makes me nervous. And she's like, I don't want them to think that I'm the one that shorted you soup. I'm like, no, I will let them know that I was a picture about soup. And so I think our end was like 145 because she took the money off for sitting in the carpool lane. And then I went outside and got wet.
I bet you are.
It was unbelievable.
Thank you for doing it.
You know what, it's just, I know what I do. Yeah.
It was good advertising for all the bad things.
And it was very well run.
I arranged the rates.
As we do.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
so
thank you.
that's.
And I thought of you many times.
What?
As early as I can.
Oh.
Thank you, Carla.
Because see, I had it all set up from last year, I just do, I get to like, and I had to write the sign up genius people because they don't like to keep things active, because I guess they keep space like live somewhere, so I'm like, can I have that back, like, oh, shoot. So they gave it back to me, and I just tweaked a few things, and sent it out, so it was beautiful, and thank you for sending it out, and I love our community, they respond, they're so generous, especially if they don't have to do too much.
So did you have any other parents help out?
Oh, ton. Well, we had like 4 or 5 altogether, I think.
Oh, no, we
And
can
set up.
we got the,
Yeah,
We
we
just
set
give
up
it the end and clean up.
Because you're live streaming, you can thank them.
Oh, all the parents that donated. I mean, we got a lot of money and we got a lot of items. And I collected money even like when I was at the Dress Exchange. I saw moms, I was like, PTO funds for the PTO dinner that we're supplying, and they, were like, sure, here's some money. So that's how I collected money.
Very generous. Yeah.
It's very nice.
And
So you had enough
money? We did. And you just have to make it easy for parents to participate, especially the middle school age.
Yeah,
Years.
yeah,
Because
it's easy way from the
we've got
driving.
tons of kids going everywhere, and if you make it easy for us, we're there. And it's a great community to be in.
Treasury report.
Okay, so I have copies on the desk there
Yeah.
of the August report and the September report. You can take a look at some of the checks that cleared last month from the prior school year. So like the 7th and 8th grade field trip. You'll see, I actually see a typo on this where the ice cream check did get processed in August, and it shows up as checks that have been cleared, so that's incorrect. So as of right now, there are no checks that have not cleared. The balance in the account is $11,980.54. One of the things that you'll see from August report was that we were able to distribute to the teachers and staff of the building $4,900. We gave that to them in the form of cash, because we all know that everybody in our school puts in more, they do their own supplies, or they do their own books or whatever. So that was a gift that the PTO has given for the last several years, and we decided to continue it. The counselors have their funds. So, I mean, we should typically start the year with $4,000 in the account. As you can see, we are very generously funded right now. So we do, in my opinion, need to come up with a way to spend a lot of this money. I don't like the money to sit in the accounts. The generous parents donated it so that we could do something for the kids for the school. Yeah, I mean, so honestly,
That's a good problem.
I hate for it to sit, and it's been sitting. I mean, we've had quite a few excess funds for a while. We have $3,000 that is earmarked for fall grants. I haven't seen anything. Have you seen anything yet on grants, Grace?
I know Sarah Bodie,
Okay.
So we're pitching, we're pitching bathroom wars with our kids. So the teachers.
What is that?
Bathroom wars.
Okay.
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 The kids are gonna decorate and paint the teachers' bathrooms. The teachers are gonna decorate and paint the kids' bathrooms. But it's been going around on social media, the school where positive affirmations that were painted on the girls' bathroom, but will be girls and boys. And so each team will take a bathroom, and the kids will vote whose teacher did the best, and then the kids will all be winners. So they just do what they want inside of the bathroom. So Sarah Brooks is gonna she's like submitted.
I haven't gotten any. Have you gotten any?
Great. And that's what her, that you can expect that.
I mean, because last year we gave out $2,900 in grants in the fall. We are very generous with our grants, and I know we would like to continue to be.
So that's why you come in, Lisa cut in from 7th grade World History. We're going to take the 7th graders to go see cutting school in Las Vegas. And it's a little expensive, a little right here. So the offset is one of the costs. Because their parents get a little bogged down with all the trips, so we want to not make it stressful.
And they need to do that quickly.
Yeah, we talked about it. I thought,
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the King Tut one. We need to move pretty quickly on it.
Well,
I
that's-
don't know, but my.
Okay, yeah, because I think that leaves.
I'm not sure.
forms on the website. has been done that way.
What's that?
The forms are on the website.
Are they, I don't know, I'll be honest, I don't know.
There is a grant request form on the website.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the PTO website or?
Yeah.
I'll put it in my.
There's a lot of things.
That'd be great. The other thing that Tom wanted me to talk about was the Hixson tax ID. This has been an issue for several years. So here's what I can tell you. We file a 990N report, and I have filed that the last 3 years. Okay, so we have filed that. When I went to get last year a tax exempt letter because ours has expired, I called the IRS and Missouri Department of Revenue and was told that we don't exist. We do, but we don't, because apparently we are under the Webster Groves umbrella PTO. Now, where we get that letter, I don't know. I have tried to ask, Josh Brinkley, but I don't even know if he's still doing things with the foundation anymore. I mean, I filled out the paperwork. It's just sitting here waiting, but because our ID number is in the umbrella with the IRS, we can no longer have our own tax exempt letter.
So somebody with authorization for the parent account has to.
Well,
So you're not a separate nonprofit.
exactly.
And you
Even though we have gone in and we have filed our own articles of incorporation, I have filed separately with the IRS for several years.
they're the ones who will give you the letter of determination. The
Right.
IRS.
The IRS will.
No,
They are Missouri.
Because, yeah, Missouri for sales
Right.
tax exemption. is
Sorry.
in Missouri.
Missouri will do it, but Missouri won't do it until they get verification from the IRS. The IRS won't give us verification because we don't exist on our own. And we can't just go out and, well, actually, I don't know if this is true. We already have a IRS ID number. But because it was put in the umbrella, the IRS doesn't recognize us. And like if you go, like if Monsanto wanted to match somebody's donation, they would try and go in and put our name. We don't exist.
They would have to do that to the umbrella order.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. All last year, we just reimbursed parents their full amount. They paid taxes, we reimbursed them. Because it wasn't their fault that we didn't have a letter. It wasn't our fault that we couldn't get a letter. So that's just what we did. I don't know how to solve that problem.
Has anyone from this board met with John Simpson discussing this? John has.
No,
been-
because originally I had talked to Josh Brinkley, who was supposed to be sorting this out for us all.
So there was a meeting, I thought, or maybe it was through email, that John was trying to talk about this and figure it out. This would have been maybe the beginning of this year.
Okay.
So I can look back at my Stewart PTO information, and so I'm gonna give you my personal email, and I'll just forward it to you all. But just so that you know maybe where to go.
Okay.
But I know that this has been a topic.
Yeah.
We're not the only organization having.
No, because I'm also on the high school, the parent club board, and we have the same problem, although they have a letter that never had an expiration date, so for them, it's not an issue. Our letter had an expiration date, which is the crux of our
Beaver
problem.
doesn't have an expiration date, but one of the things we were also talking about was with the pay some, we were talking about insurance for PTO or something. So we were also trying to get that put in so that maybe Webster Groves just pays for all of that as a school district instead of all the different places. And that's one of the other things that John was talking to us about.
Well, I talked to the insurance company, and that each school has to have their own insurance
Each
policy.
PTO.
Each PTO has to have their own policy.
There was a tax thing.
PTO today. And I mean,
There
I'm
was a tax
sure.
thing though as well that we were talking about. There was a tax thing as well that we were talking about.
Yeah, because I know the insurance, and I mean, it makes sense. The PTO, or the PTO today, who provides the insurance, it's a moneymaker. You know,
I'll go
what I mean?
back and look at my emails and forward it to you, so that you know what you're talking about.
That'd be awesome.
John Simpson, so you're not saying, hey, Harley Grundy said that you're talking about this.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would just say, hey, John, what do you know?
Maybe we're talking about beautification, I said,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah, so no, I would appreciate any help help you can get, because right now, if you spend your money, you just give me a receipt and I reimburse you completely. It's not great, it's not fun.
But like, I went to Schnucks, I said, hi, I'm buying this for Webster School District. Okay. And they didn't charge me the tax.
Oh, okay.
So you have to remember that when you're in the area, make sure that you have it. And I have on my phone at Webster, I have a plain Webster School District, I have a Steger, I have a Bristol, I have
Oh, that's
church in
great.
the area, I have everything on my phone, so.
Well, if you would shoot me the plain Webster School District one you have,
yeah.
that would be awesome. Because I would distribute that. We file the taxes, which we don't have to pay taxes, but we file the report. So to me, it's not, like, we're not circumventing anything.
No,
Right.
We don't make enough money to really file anything other than this short form. We just need that darn letter. And quite frankly, we need it for the house tour, because last year we had to pay certain fees associated with our ticket sales, online ticket sales, because we didn't have that letter.
Yeah. I think it's called a determination letter. Yeah.
So, yeah, the IRS PTO is a separate nonprofit.
Right.
That nonprofit status, you have to file a lot of paperwork
Yes.
and say this is our mission.
And like I said, I have the paperwork. I have it filled out, and it's sat in this folder for over a year, because I could not get anyone to answer my question as to how we can get out from under it.
Because when I
Because of how we have filed in the past, and we already have a number, and so.
I had sent paperwork out to California when I started the nonprofit.
Yep,
So,
yeah. So I will call John and see what I can do to
Yeah.
get that information.
and then you'd have large donations from companies, they would get tax
Yeah.
advantage that way.
And then it looks like I am also next up for the house tour. So along with,
Let's approve your finance report, so.
oh, I guess this is never done that, huh?
So, we're looking for a motion to approve the August financial report. Motion to approve the August financial report. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make it.
Rob, make the motion, second to the floor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. A motion to approve the September financial report. Motion by Carla, second from the floor. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, and you want to now?
Okay, I'm sorry. You're so good. That's not how we've done it in the past.
Jump right into your, right into your house tour.
You're like,
So,
okay, so I can't say no to people, clearly, because I am the co-chair of the Webster Holiday House Tour. Extremely stressful, and did not realize that. We have 5 of 6 houses. So if you know anyone, I really, really need one more house.
I can talk to two.
If you could, that would be awesome. I will be honest with you. The feedback I've been getting is, A, we don't need the mansions. We are happy seeing a regular sized home.
With 600 menageries.
Yes. And 2, we don't need someone to have spent $10,000 on a decorator with brand new decorations. This is to get us in the mood for the holidays. It is a fun way to be together in our community. So, you know, if you know someone who does not have a 3,000 square foot house, they're still welcome to have their house on the tour. We would love it. As of right now, we have a house on Elm, we have a house on Swan, we have a house on Forest over here, we have a house on Lockwood, and we have a house on Culver Hill.
The house I'm gonna ask about is on the land in the park. And I might have
I mean, honestly, I would rather have to say to somebody, you know what, we have 6 houses, can I put you on for next year? Because I have agreed to do this for 2 years. I made lots of notes as I've asked, you know, I have a notebook full of people that I asked, and then said, oh no, but next year I will. Okay, I'm right in 2018, and I'll call you. So we still need a house. That's really important. We did just get a boutique chair today, so we have that. We might have a print chair, but I really could use a print chair. Here's the deal.
What do you,
The print chair is, you know, they're doing the print work. All of that is almost all done. I mean, all they're going to be doing is taking a little bit of fiddling here and there, okay?
Just like last year's stuff.
Right. I mean, we're just tweaking it because last year's stuff got an update and an overhaul, and I wanted to see some continuity. So my thought was we're going to use those fonts for the next 2 years because it was fresh and new, and I want to keep it like for 3 years so that you get some kind of like almost branding, okay? So it really, the print chair would be, I think, a fairly easy job, but you do have to know how to work that InDesign software because that's what it's in. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? What about pulling from people that aren't just citizens?
We have.
Because I know of a young family, who's over a print shop, and I'm a member because I think that they.
Yeah, please do.
You know, I mean, I think we can think out of the box and out of the mix.
Yeah. Yeah, and we do, I'll be honest, I mean, the high school does our printing, a lot of it. They print our tickets, they print some of the brochures, that kind of stuff, because they give us a really great rate.
Right.
But, I mean, even houses, we have houses that are gonna be on the tour, those people don't even have kids in Hixson yet. So, I mean, we're definitely reaching outside the Hixson family to get whatever, you know, help we need. So, we are, but whoever, if you have thoughts, ideas, names, give them to me. I'm happily calling them. That's what I do for a living, so I don't mind calling. One good thing that I have, or a couple good things I have to report. We today secured a corporate sponsor. So our holiday tour will be sponsored by St. Louis Homes and Lifestyle Magazine. They will be giving us a quarter-page ad in their November-December issue. We will have a dedicated e-newsletter that they'll send out to 5,000 qualified emails. We will be on their Facebook and Twitter feed.
What magazine was that?
What's that?
What magazine?
It's called St. Louis Homes and Lifestyles. They choose a couple of house tours each year, and so they asked if they could sponsor us, and it really worked out to be a good deal. I mean, we do have to do some exchange for them, so we are going to have to put their logo in our Facebook pictures. No big deal. We have to give them 20 tickets for their staff and members to come through, which, you know, that's pretty easy. In addition, in order to get more sponsors, what we're going to do is have each house be individually sponsored. So for $250, we will have a sign out the day of the event at each house, and it'll say, you know, like Joel Svoboda, he's sponsored us in the past. He'll sponsor a house. Naomi Neal has committed to sponsor a house. Leopard Boutique might sponsor a house. So there will be 6 sponsorships at $250 each, and they will be in some of the print marketing, but mainly it will be the signage. Okay. And then the other thing that we have, in the past, we have had our boutique and refreshment area at Eden Seminary. That is not an option for us, not a big deal. I understand, to be perfectly honest with you, the way our event has grown, the space doesn't work for us anymore. So last year we went to the Masonic Hall. Apparently the space worked so good for another event that was right across the street the same day that they literally called the day after our event last year and booked that Sunday. No big deal, okay? It did stress me out a little bit. I was like, okay, what are we gonna do? The reality is we have a great space right here. Why would we not, I mean, it's the Hixson Holiday House Tour, why not showcase our school? So I did get secured with Adrian. I did all the paperwork, yeah. So we're gonna have our refreshments boutique in here, and then the vendors will be in the gym. So I think it'll be great. I think it'll be an opportunity. The parking will be better. The access for our older visitors will be much better. And I just think it'll be a great way for people to get to see our facility here. Believe it or not, we have a lot of, if it was like years and years ago. Because it was at Eden for like, yeah. But anyway, I just think that, you know, I just think it's a really good opportunity for our school to look good and to show people what we have here. So that's good.
And when you start sending out, like, save dates and.
We are going to start really.
Drop something on this thing with our communication guy?
Well, so we do have a Facebook page that's dedicated to it, and we push out things as much as we can on that. we are getting photographs of the houses, hopefully by this weekend, that's the goal. And then once we get the photographs, that's when we really kind of start pushing things out. Like I said, the ad that we have going is literally going to print tomorrow. So that magazine will start going out. We've got Ellen Moriarty who's in charge of publicity and marketing, and she's amazing. So she will be in touch with, like, we've been on Show Me St. Louis in the past. And so, I think we're doing a great job of doing that.
What's your Facebook page?
It is Webster Holiday House. Let me make sure. Webster. Webster Holiday House Tour. That's the Facebook. It's been around for at least 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have access to the PTO website, Facebook page.
Yes,
And I do, and
yes.
it's great.
Yeah, so maybe you guys could put in a thing
I
that
share
says,
as much of
hey,
that
go
stuff.
check out the Webster Holiday House Tour Facebook page. That would be awesome.
Or anything, I'll just share it.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Well, here, like, if there's like watching stuff that's going out, and it gets to me, I mean, that website is a blogger site, so it's blog oriented. The homepage is whatever the latest post is.
Okay.
So when that stuff goes out, it gets to me, someone says, please post this, I'll have it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a day at most.
Okay.
Since I get this, yeah. It's just another place where you might see stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And we will be having online ticketing this year, just like we did last year. It was hugely successful. And one of the reasons we like it is because if it's a rainy day, you've already got your ticket, no refund, sorry.
Gotcha.
So we gotcha. I think we decided the ticket sales or ticket prices were gonna stay the same, so it's $20 in advance, $25 the day of the event.
You limit tickets are unlimited.
Unlimited.
And were you on that last year?
I was not on the committee, no. Yeah.
And those funds are from the PTO here, used for the PTO.
They are, and I mean, last year, like, we raised over $20,000 on that event alone. And it is such a low cost event. Our costs were right under $3,000.
That's the PTO coverage.
That is,
That's right.
that's it.
So one of the things that, their biggest challenge with this event is finding people to volunteer at the homes. And yes, because it's about how many people per home?
Well, we're gonna do 2 lead hosts per home, so that's 12. And then we are going to have, we have talked about, we're going to get involved more of the kids. So, some high school cheerleaders, I think, are gonna get involved. We have a Girl Scout troop that wants to get involved. But the truth of the matter is you also need grown-ups
Right.
at the house helping people with flow and just overall, I mean, unfortunately, a junior high kiddo is not gonna go, hey, let's keep it moving,
No.
They'll close up the works.
So one of the things that's come up that I would love to see, and I'm gonna rely on you, I would love to see the teachers here.
Yeah.
Sponsor a house.
That would be great.
So if we can, I mean, this is all for them, right? Because we fun.
So, and the other thing, I'm sure that all the parents are just like so tired of part of it or something. It's like I am.
They just kind of.
But the sign up sheet is so nice now.
They
when
did
it
that
first started.
last year.
Yeah, we did do it last year.
And I just feel like if you get them part of the sign up sheet, you have a good turnout with people for sign up sheet.
No. They didn't.
Did you get them Carly Grundy card?
Yes.
I feel like Christina and her, like, she had a chairperson for volunteers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like we did hit them hard.
So they did, and I think that, I've been conversing with people that did it last year and last year's presidents, and I think that the best way to solve this is to get groups.
We have 8 teams and then 19 with 11 being a team. So I think you can have a really shift from one day.
Right. It's 11 to 4. 5 hours. Yep. Yeah.
I do remember some discussion about that last year. The most effective strategy was like the house hosts to like recruit. It's like,
Yes.
look, it's your house.
And that is what we're
Volunteers
doing.
are helping
Yeah.
to preserve and protect.
Yeah. So Carrie Swain is kind of organizing the volunteers and the house hostesses.
Each one of those.
So you just need extra volunteers to supplement.
We really do.
Right.
So I think we have the faculty, about 70 or so.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's very easy to have the team work out a schedule and to decide how they would like to partner with that.
Yeah. And I mean, I will say the volunteer, that part does come a little bit later in the process, just because we end up having that push at the end. But it would be nice to get people on board early.
Well, I had such a good time when I did it a few years ago.
And what other, I think, if this group can think of other groups, so the cheerleaders I know are great,
The swim team.
they were great. You know, if you want to talk to anybody that needs volunteer opportunities too.
They do too.
It has to be, there has to be a staff member, but,
I still don't prefer just any teacher, any.
no, I don't think any staff, I think they like to.
What about like bands,
When they
music
do the
playing?
volunteer hours,
So they do that.
They do that,
They
okay.
do that. Yeah, but they're not, I mean, you have to have adult personalities there. Like I said, I mean, the kids are great. They can say, hey, take your booties off.
Right.
But to what Jen said, no, keep moving. No, you can't go in there. No, you put your hands off for China. I mean, people are weird.
Get up from the piano.
And they do weird things. And, yeah, so there has to be somebody with a strong enough personality.
Yeah, I mean, we tend to use the kids more of a ticket taking, and yeah, hey, we're asking people to wear booties today, or we have homeowners that, you need to take your shoes off, so, and that's fine, but, we generally speaking, use the kids in that capacity.
So if anybody comes up with any other groups, even if it's a Western group that's not affiliated with the school district, that's fine. If you have a church group who says, hey, we would love to do this, it's an easy thing.
Yeah.
5 hours on a Sunday. Let Jen know or Carrie Swain if you know her, let them know. Yeah.
Is that the duration of the event, 5 hours? Or,
It is, it runs from 11 to 4.
Okay, so I seem to remember they were kind of the volunteers and shifts.
Yes.
last year, too,
Yeah.
which-
You know, I signed up my husband. Yeah, like a dad,
Oh, gosh.
a dad. He was able to walk over, so it was.
Like, I mean, last year we were printing more tickets the day of the event because people just kept coming and that actually, that was 2 years ago. But yeah, they just kept coming and coming, so, yeah.
In the high school.
What's that?
The high school?
Yep, the high school print shop handles a lot of our printing. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
All right. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
All right, so next up is myself on the Buzz book. Carla has done some research on the electronic version, and we decided we're gonna have to still go forward with a printed Buzz book. So I received over 200 requests.
Wow.
And collected, I gave it to Jen tonight, $1,200. I think, and I met with Bethany St. Curtis a couple weeks ago, who's done it the last couple of years, and she's done it by herself. And it took her a long, long time. This is the book she put out. So I got some training from her on how to do it. And I've recruited, there were some volunteers that have submitted their volunteer forms. I've recruited 3 people, and I just now got the database from Jason. Well, got a big database from a week or so ago. It was missing some fields, and talked today, and I got what I think we need. So by this week or next week, we're going to start going through and have to manually put each one of those in. But I think when we break them up, we should get it done in a week. And then I got some further. Pardon me? I didn't much.
Are you asking
About that.
for information?
I can, you can provide me with an unbound paper copy, I can digitize it in about 5 minutes.
Okay, so, and I could probably shoot you that digital.
Or
It's a Word doc or a PDF.
Yeah, perfect, that's even better. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, no problem.
So, I mean, it's just gonna be a couple weeks before we get it to the parent.
Where are you getting them?
That's where it's been before.
What the information.
Oh, the resident,
So the district provides the
Schools,
database
okay.
information.
Okay, good.
And then all the forms that people send in, says, this is how I want it to look. So we have to go through each one of those, look up their name, okay, is this from what the form, is that what the information is, and then change that. They may have a different email address as to what the school has, they may have a different phone number, they may not want to include somebody on there.
Got it, okay, I see.
My fingers, they went crazy.
I'm just kidding. No, and so do you give people the opt-out option, I guess?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we have quite a few of those that don't want theirs published. I've got a substantial number of people that have submitted, said I want to vote, but there was no check attached, no money. So I somehow have to.
How would someone even know to submit to one of them? I mean,
There was a form.
oh, there was a form? Was it on like?
On orientation day or the.
Oh, I didn't even go to that.
Yeah.
My husband went, yeah, so I don't remember even seeing the form or him bringing a form home.
Yeah.
He probably saw it, so yeah.
So, I'm probably gonna look through Robert, that maybe we send out a notice to everybody, or even you, Grace, and say, we're getting close to publishing it, if you hadn't filled one out, you know, here it is. I think it's on your website, isn't it?
If you're going to communicate with people via email about the delivery of the buzz book to folks, we can put a digital copy of the buzz book in a publicly accessible location, not necessarily publicly on the website. That's something we can do. We can download it. We include that link in the email saying, we will bring you your paper copy where you can download a copy. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk
Or,
about
or download it here. Right? So like,
Yeah.
a lot of people do that. You may, I don't know, that might.
Print it out yourself.
Yeah, well, I know first of all, in the beginning of the year, there'll be some action where you can have an online version.
Or
If you want a bounded copy, $35.
But I think if you ask, most people would say digital.
Right, yeah.
Right? Like, save your money on printing costs.
Yeah, but I think they're also charging, I think some schools, even if you want the digital copy.
Not for small.
Not far.
Every did.
But because it's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
every
the
charge for it.
but at least us, we're.
Every charge for it.
yeah.
And for that, or should we do anything for like a mass marketing tool or just charge a little bit?
I think there's some issues with that. I mean, I've heard people talk about maybe they would anybody grab that. And then
Yeah, that's like, it should probably just be delivered to people who paid for it, or you're like giving. Right. Like, digital is easier to pass around than paper copy. Think about it. If you want to do it, I can help you.
Yeah, I think we need a paper copy. We should discuss this in the future about what, you know.
I really felt like we discussed this earlier on, that there would be a digital option just sent out, because it doesn't seem like a great idea at this day and age to own a paper copy. Like, I mean, all the other
It's in the-
schools
it's in the
are doing
minutes.
digital, it's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah,
But if you want a paper, you pay for that paper.
Because I also have the $5 cost to cover cost of the printing and the
We
putting
did,
it
we
together.
agreed to an online
But
version
I don't
only,
think it's a
no printed copies would be supplied.
First of all.
That's what we
And
talked
it's not
about
a secret.
first.
It is not a secret.
Pay for this stuff, but
I want
What's
you to
that?
like link it to the
And our
board.
first
I mean, just so like
year-
outside of like, scan it. Get
What we
that.
did was we sent it, like Dr. Lee would send it out to everybody.
Right.
So that's what happened in Bristol.
Just
Or,
trying
and
to just-
well,
Bristol is
Send email that is-
I don't know.
But we
Mine
sent
are
it out
really
to
sad,
student
yeah.
bodies, we sent it out to student bodies whose names are in the program, and,
Okay. So it's actually a fundraiser because
Yeah.
it costs about $500 to do the attorney with collecting like 1,200.
So if that's what it's gonna be here, then it's.
So is it a fundraiser here too?
That's what
Yes.
it's.
And I think part of it is because the money, the funds, many of the funds have been collected.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And it's
So
already
we're
been
kind of
transferred.
already received funds. But there's nothing, to Carla's point, there's nothing to prevent you from having electronic copies of the asked submission. I mean, it's a bunch of phone numbers, it's not.
now I'm wondering if I didn't put my stuff in, so if you didn't submit your stuff, you don't get it. Is that what it's
No,
saying?
that's not true, no.
I didn't see
Uh,
it.
So,
Yeah, it was in my packet, but I don't know if I turned it in, because I might not have had the passion.
yeah, your name will be in the buzz book unless you take a step to say, keep it out.
Okay. So then I think everyone should have access to that digital copy, and if you want a paper copy, that's what you're paying for.
Well,
That's what I
unless,
understood.
but they're also saying that here, it's a fundraiser.
Yeah, so it's different.
So I think the decision needs to be. is it
So I think it needs to go out to
fundraiser?
everybody for a digital copy, like $5, $3, something, because I want that. But I don't want it to just paper, I don't want the paper, I want to be able to have it on my phone and look it up if I want to look something up.
So what if it's buried on the website and if you really want it, you can find it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So we can bury it in the website a little bit so that it doesn't turn into, I mean, come on, how many mass mail? Everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna get a mass mail. Like, you don't get 80 other mass mail every day. This is not good practice.
So, since the librarian's not here, book fair is going on?
Yeah, it went well. So tomorrow's the last day. I just so appreciative of the $20 gift that you ordered for the speaker as well. So I think some people are using it.
And student activities.
I know, we touched base, like, what does it mean and what does it entail? 'Cause
She'd offered to chair student activities.
yeah, was that on the list of, that we passed out?
It's funny you should ask, because we got, Jason and I sent out an email this morning, today.
Is that what it, yeah.
And they're doing a dance.
Yes, the students are very excited and they are going to be running Red Ribbon Week and so that's the national, part of the National Red Ribbon Week programming, and then that week, there's no Friday, it's a PD day on the 27th, so we're going to have this dance to celebrate the end of being drug-free, celebrating the Red Alert dance, 3:30 to 5. And it's
So it's right after school.
yeah, so the students, yeah, it's right after school, students have to work, they're working really hard. Bring more activities, they just haven't had dances and
That's what I believe.
so they're
Oh,
very
it's
excited.
yeah.
So, yeah, so he's looking to have it a dance,
October
and
26th.
then for the PTO could sponsor volunteers that would help decorate.
And when is that supposed to be? This Thursday?
No,
No.
I kept seeing Thursday, and I was like,
26th.
oh, Lord.
Yeah.
right.
So are there,
okay.
I mean, I could take on something, I don't find these that down.
I think I forwarded that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, and there was there's a handful of people that volunteer on the
Yeah, that
PTO
was my
volunteer
other
form,
question.
and I can forward that to you. I
Okay,
kind of put that on a spreadsheet so that I'll have their name, their phone number, email address.
So then I would just get back in touch with this man.
Jason.
To Jason.
Yeah, Jason's the guy with the beard. In fact, he set this up.
Oh, that's
That's
Jason.
Jason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, great.
It's that guy.
Do I have to be at these events though? Because I work a lot I work pretty much Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so.
Well, I think if you're willing to coordinate it and get the
Yeah.
volunteers, then I think that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Then I'll shoot you all the list of volunteers.
Are there lots of activities in the year?
We can work together.
Yeah,
Don't worry, we'll take the whole, we'll work together. Yeah.
Hey, Kathy, thank you so much for taking that.
Yes.
All right, so got that done.
Yeah, it's in the minutes. Right?
So hospitality is Carla. You are basically already reported out in your meals. Yeah.
And we do have a spring, guy from Cal,
Yes, right.
and his name is Chris.
Chris,
Which
Whippler, yes, his daughter is Fallon.
would love to help us out in the spring. So
He's
we
good.
are first.
And I totally forgot about that when we put this together, but he donates like all the food to my daughter's food estate all the time. Like he does like the holiday shows, gives them all their food meals. He's really generous.
So he was very, very willing to be able to help out for the spring meal.
Good.
So we'll, if, y'all want me, I'd be happy to help coordinate that.
We should all go eat at Fallon sometime.
Yes, I think so.
It's
Yeah.
at Olivet next to Sugar Fire.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
And last year we tried to do last year's we tried to do a restaurant night out. And the weather was kind of iffy and it seemed a little far away. But, you know, maybe we can think about that again as a fundraiser. It's very willing to do that, to do some sort of, we really have to talk about that.
Yeah, there's a little further away.
Okay. And Rob, do you have any communication?
I will just briefly try to summarize our conversation at the last principal coffee. So I have been working in a volunteer capacity, using my technology expertise. That's what I do in my day job, to kind of support the PTO. Each year, as there's a change in the guard, with presidents and volunteers and principals, some things kind of tend to get lost in the shuffle. And that, I think, was happening quite a bit this year, so I came to the last session. Well, so under the umbrella of communication, it could be social media, email, website, like a variety of things, right? It's basically, how do we communicate what we're doing with parents, how do we get in meetings, how do we generate excitement for fundraising events, all of that kind of stuff. I don't have the answers to all those, but I have some of the passwords and ability to help out with a lot of that kind of stuff. So I approached Tom and said, at the very least, you have a website. You need to be aware of it, take a look at it, maybe take some stuff down that's out of date. I've done a little bit of that on my own report that was obvious, like, okay, well, this thing, like, if it's up now, it's going to confuse people, so let's take it down, then it comes up later, we can bring it back, right? So I did a little bit of cleanup. I put up a post about this meeting. I don't think that triggered the automated emails that are supposed to happen for the districts. I might have to reach out to the IT guys. It used to be like you have a blog, you post a blog, it automatically blasts out an email. Ours used to do that too, and I don't think it did. So I'll try to remember to follow up and figure out why. I appreciate you doing that independently, but that one seems like, I don't think it hurts for more emails to go out, right? Like, over communication tends to be better, I think. Especially in schools. You can send me approved minutes and treasury reports.
I can.
On the website.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
In fact, like, that was one of the points we talked about too. I think some of those things, according to the bylaws, we have, because we are actually a 501c3 nonprofit, we're supposed to do some of those kind of things. We have a public forum, right? So some of that stuff, I think, it's supposed to be done, and we started the conversation. I think we'll get better at it as the year goes. I'm happy if we want to get together a small group of individuals on the PTO to have more of a bigger discussion about what tools are we using, to charge them, like who's posting on Facebook and when, who's doing emails, who's posting on the website, right? To sort of kind of get all that stuff together and more than happy to be a part of that too. If you have any recommendations from the school side about ways that we should be doing it that are more closely in line with the way the school or the district is doing it.
I can help with that too. What is your name?
Rob Foley.
Rob, oh, I was like trying to.
Yeah, and I think,
Rob. But, oh, email address on it too.
I'm on the email with the agenda. It's awesome.
Yeah, so you'll see it there too.
Got it.
is there one person that could assist with this at the school level, which I just thought?
Well, probably right now would make sense to, because I'm working with Pat Weaver to really
I was gonna say
streamline.
Pat.
Because I think
Yeah,
Pat put
and
together
then
another
we're
website.
transitioning to,
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
and so she's
I looked, and
working
she
parallel
had
right
some
now.
out there.
What's been going on with that.
Okay.
So I've been working with Pat.
Okay.
So we can work together and
One of
it's
the things
created that link to.
I just looked at the website, I couldn't find it.
Okay.
So, but if Pat is
It's amazing.
she
Yeah.
can help out with a lot of that kind of stuff. It might, like, if she's more of a permanent, she's staff, like,
Yeah.
if, it would be good to get maybe some folks together and talk to Pat about what she's done for other PTOs. It might be a good idea to follow some of the same procedures, tools, processes. Might be something that's easier for you to hand off the next presidents whenever you guys decide to do that. So that this year, I would recommend being a part of those conversations with Pat. I've met Pat a number of times. We did the same thing in Avery a few years ago. difference between that saying, we've got communication all over the place, I'm going to handle on this, we should all try to do it. And started to discover that other PTOs and other elementary schools were doing things a certain way, and said, before all of us can kind of try to do things in a similar way, the easier it is going to be for parents as they go from school to school, grade to grade, to sort of follow along and stay connected.
Right, and I think that's good. And then also, especially because we're here for such a short time, to have that consistency of someone in-house.
Yes.
That knows this is what we do.
In elementary school, you get 4, 5, 6 years out of some volunteer positions here. It's 2, maybe 3. Most. If you get 1 more, you get 4.
I have a year of a break.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be back.
I will.
That's true. I'll be back with you.
Fifth grader, so I'll be back. And a second grader, so.
So if we put the financial reports on there, should we send it to the
I can do that.
Okay, so got it.
Well, no, I was like, if you have a digital copy, yeah, please email it to me. But I don't care what format the digital version is.
Okay, well, maybe when, all the reports, I think if Becky can just send over.
Yeah,
I don't-
I would recommend.
I'll ask her for an electronic copy, because she don't think she'll mail it. She left, yeah, so I'll take care of that.
Okay, perfect. And I think, again, to have that come from the secretary to the website, one,
Yeah.
little bit more streamlined.
Yeah.
Y'all don't forget it all.
That is how it's been done in the past, I think.
Okay.
Just getting them to speed for this year, so it's great.
Rob, over.
Got it.
Got it. I'll get that tape.
Ah.
Okay,
Ah.
so box tops, yeah, I'm the box tops guy.
We were all like,
Box tops.
Who's gonna do them, right? So I'm stuck with the box tops. Okay, so,
No, Dr. Lee is going to have the students do that.
she is, she's gonna, yes, thank God it gives me a weekend off. It's a little tedious. So, they have to, the fall deadline is, the fall deadline is November 1st, so just the week before that, we'll just do a little collection, like the same thing I did last year, we'll do a competition. It's not a big fundraiser, there's not a lot of participation, but for those families that do cut the box ups, gives them an out, a place to get rid of them, right? You know, they're like, Margaret, I've been clipping these for a year, and you know, what do I do with them, right? So I mean, we could raise $300 or so. That's not big. It's more labor intensive than anything. It's a little tedious, but yeah, they cut the 50, they can cut them up, you know. Okay, so that's it's going to be the last week in October. So then November 1st, I think, is on a Wednesday, and so it'll give the kids in grace, like Monday, Tuesday, to count them and cut them up, trim them up, because some people just make set in half a box.
So it helps when they spend what's called before they
Trim, yeah.
Right, right. Okay. Because they don't accept them on the box top?
No, they want them trimmed up. They've got to be in like Ziploc bags with 50 and marked 50. You got to make sure that, I mean, the expiration dates on these things go out quite a ways. But I get some that are expired, like, how long have you been holding on to this? I can't even use it.
What they used to have is glue them on pieces of paper.
Yeah, they'll have a form, you can do that, but basically 50 and put them in a bag. If you have like 24, just mark 24 and what's your last grouping, right? But there's one in the spring, and one in the fall, and there's one in the spring. My thing. Oh, you're welcome. Now, Spiritware, it seems like,
I have the messages for Spiritware. So I talked, I emailed, they weren't able to attend. We have sold 2 orders of Spiritware. Spiritware does not seem to have a future response.
Online?
They
What's the
are,
price?
well, she is gonna deliver them.
Yeah.
I think that this was new for Jeffrey and Valerie. They found a company, we kind of gave them, said, hey, go ahead, find what you can do. I don't think that Spiritware has ever had great snap.
I think, what if we just did class of 2021 and 2022, because they're heading into that when they need them.
Right, but see that there's legalese with like orange and black and anything that the high school might want. So basically, because I looked into this already, I'm like, can you make it something that like they'll wear continuing on? No, because the high school can't cover on that. So all that bunch of orange and black stuff, we have to let them do.
I don't think we're gonna deal with the high school meeting.
You know what, it's not worth it. Nobody cares. Buy it at the football game, buy it at one of the
So,
15 shops in
my
West.
wife is chair of that committee.
Yeah.
at the high school, so if I can put somebody together with her, I'm happy to do that, or just want to send it over, that's fine. Too. If there's a way to improve it, I can.
I'm gonna leave that to Dr. Lee. I think that it's,
So I think they have to wrangle in all the t-shirts to be honest.
There's a lot
Teams
going on.
sell t-shirts, individual, and there's a lot of just, people functioning inside of this right now. So I think we just need to, it'll be one of the issues that the school leadership team will have to talk about. How do we work collaboratively together so that kids get, there's some equity and access to a school shirt along with the team prize. So we've got a lot of different individuals that are going on. I think that might be, I've got, yeah, and I'm just kind of appreciating that culture right now.
so I think that maybe we just kind of let the spirit we're alive for right now.
Yeah.
If you come back to us in the spring and say, hey, let's do this, we can try something again.
Yeah. And I think as I look at budgeting and working with the teams on that, I can do a little bit of that to try to fundraise money. It's just a new structure that I'll introduce to them, and then make spirit aware, PTO, part of the PTO fund, understand how certain house things, so that it's not all the same dollar. We're working toward one together. So that'll be a big shift that I'm working with the leadership team figure out how to focus on that. So that's one piece.
Okay, so contact us in the spring right after the holiday and let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, and then we can ask me uniforms, stuff like that too.
Okay.
Right, I agree, I think we should connect with school, so pride starts here.
The only other thing I had that I should have mentioned earlier was how did the first week go with the ice cream?
Oh, they
and the
loved
holiday
it.
party? So I don't know if you guys are aware, but we wanted to do something. Dr. Lee wanted to do something for the kids. We wanted to do something for the teachers that was not the parents being asked to do something first week of school because none of us wanted to do that. So we did a little coffee cart.
They loved it. And the kids got their ice cream treats on that Friday night. So that was a fun piece. So it was a great way to welcome them. Thank you.
Good. Anything under old business? Hammer that out.
I know. New business.
New business.
I think PTO meetings and
Yeah,
how
we need to nail those
proceed
down,
these.
when they are. So we're doing every other month, is the next one gonna be December?
So the next one will be in December. We'll have a house tour in December. What's the general, I mean, we talked about this at our first meeting in like July, August, whatever that was. To kind of do the principal copy and to do the PTO meetings every other month. Other people that weren't there, what is your input on this? How do you think, anybody have an opinion on this? We all feel like we go to a lot of meetings, so every other month. It seemed like a bad thing. Any input on that?
So, I think every other month is still okay.
Yeah.
How many would you have your coffee? Like 5 of us.
Yeah. For morning meeting,
Yeah,
it's a
for
good
morning
turn.
meeting, you can always, you are welcome to have any time of company to do any, stuff as well. So it's that shared time that we would be sharing that information. So if there was something pressing in November, that needs to be shared with the PTO, we absolutely support that.
Right. Okay. So then we'll just go ahead with the next meeting. Which would be right after the house tour, which might be good to just kind of recap.
December 13th?
Is that?
It's the second Wednesday.
Is that, how's that work for the school district?
There is something on the calendar, South Hixson, here in the auditorium.
That evening.
6:30, and then previous Wednesday, December 6th is the seventh grade, 7th, 8th grade.
So we had talked about maybe going evening month, so what if we did the 13th in the morning?
Yeah.
Like
What day
8,
of the week is that?
it's a Wednesday.
Second Wednesday.
I think Friday before.
What time is feasible? to 8:30 is reasonable time, or for the school, what is that, what's supposed to be long? Or do you need to push it back to 9?
It would be 45. Yeah, because it'll be class by 8:35.
And it's a good setting in the library?
Yeah, normally we have the meeting in the library, but it's the book there. We're here today.
And that, well, that'll be, we should have some numbers back from the house tours from that, so that would be great.
Okay, so I just want to throw one thought out there. When I met with Bethany and went over the Buzz book and how much work she put into it, and she's done this for, I think, 3 years now, and she did it all by herself. It was an incredible amount of hours she put in to do this. I want to think about a way that we can recognize people that do that kind of stuff, whether we call them Hixson heroes or a way, because people that volunteer and really put a lot of effort into something. Whether we do a paving grip for them, or something like that.
And I think, I don't know, this is an idea too, if you can think about it, we could have totally spring, but to do a volunteer appreciation dinner that the school would host. To recognize, this would be, PTO would be, this would be the, so there would be no PTO piece to have to put a meeting together, but it would be just nice for volunteers to come together for celebration rather than here.
Because you look at the amount of work that Jen's going to do for the house tour, and the people that have done that in the past, and that's a lot of work.
So that would be, so that would be something that I'm gonna say that we would start as a tradition, that at the end of the year, we host a dinner and then invite all our volunteers.
Good, thank you. All right, anything else? Well, seeing none, how about a motion to adjourn? All in favor, say aye. Motion carried.
I mean, I'm sorry it's long, but I feel like every other month we're now right now.
Yeah.
Once a month we're out.
Great, absolutely.
No.